Time for the KSL In-Depth. Oh, what a tangled web. We're unraveling this story today about the Iron County Amber Alert that showed up on your phone and on the radio last evening. The two young sisters were located last night, but now their dad and the man suspected of taking them are both in big trouble with the law. Our KSL News Radio's Brianna Bodily is with me live in the studio now. Take me through this. How did this whole thing start?
It's a little bit convoluted. I have been poring over press releases, probable cause statements to try to get an actual timeline, but it looks like this actually started back in September when the mother of these girls left home, saying that the father had been essentially telling her that she shouldn't be around the kids, that she should just forget them, that she was an unfit mother. Well, she finally manages to get a lawyer to say, okay, you guys are now divorced and you have custody. She sends police to go get her kids, who she hasn't heard from since August, only to find out that her now former husband has taken off with them and nobody knows where they went. So these officers were going on this wild goose chase trying to figure out exactly where this man, John Coltharp, took her 4 kids, 2 of them, the girls that were part of that Amber Alert. Now, December 1st is when that search really began in earnest. As we know, the Amber Alert didn't come out until yesterday when they found out, talking to Coltharp's sister, that he had made threats, essentially saying, if somebody tries to come after me, I will kill my children. That's when the big concern really came out that these kids might be in danger with this man. They released that Amber Alert right about 3 o'clock yesterday. Within about 2 hours, somebody had seen a man who turned out to be Samuel Schaefer, and at that point, they started zeroing in on these girls.
So the Amber Alert, it worked.
It worked. In fact, that was one of the first things, talking with these detectives and investigators, that was one of the first things they said was, without this Amber Alert, these girls might not have survived. We might not have found them in time.
Now, where did they find these girls? Something about a 50-gallon drum? That is crazy.
Yeah, so it's about, if you know where Lund is, it's a tiny little area in Iron County. There is what they're calling a compound, and if you check out kslnewsradio.com, you can see that compound up right now on our live stream. It's basically just a couple of shipping containers that they've put together. No electricity, no heating, nothing. That's what they found out in this area. That's where they found Samuel Schaefer. Well, he finally told them, okay, 2 girls, one of which was his own daughter, are in these barrels about half a mile from the shipping containers. They were 50-gallon water barrels, no sort of insulation, nothing like that. 1 girl in each barrel. And the man that I was talking to, Iron County Lieutenant Dale Schlosser, was saying there was absolutely no way to keep them warm in there. They were reaching 0 degrees out there that night. They wouldn't have survived. So an hour later, Samuel Schaefer, according to deputies, then tells them, okay, the other 2 girls are actually about 10 miles away from these shipping containers in an abandoned mobile home.
Now,
once again,
I just have to ask, there are the 2 girls in the Amber Alert and the 2 children of Schaefer?
yes, so 1 girl from the Amber Alert in each location, 1 girl belonging to Samuel Schaefer in each location.
Now, switching gears, there's a religious component, some sect. This has been blowing in the wind since yesterday. What's the deal there?
Okay, so this is where things get very complicated, where the investigation is still definitely ongoing, because until this, nobody had ever heard of this. Now, the belief is that this sect is kind of a fundamentalist group that has sprung off of the LDS Church. They have a couple of names moving out there. The most popular one is Knights of the Crystal Blade.
Are they a survivalist sect or something?
Yeah, kind of a prepper organization, end of the world situation, which might to some degree explain why they're in shipping containers out in the middle of nowhere, far from everybody else. So as far as what the girls' connection to them, apart from their father, that isn't clear yet. But what we understand is that John Coltharp, along with his parents, had moved out to these shipping containers to be part of that sect.
Your telling of this story is really appreciated. I have one question left. Where are the girls now?
Great news there. They are out of the hospital. Unfortunately, the lieutenant couldn't tell me if they were back with their mother yet, but he said that they are safe. They're in good condition. 1 girl, one of the daughters, a 5-year-old of Samuel Schaefer, she's still in the hospital in Primary Children's because of the conditions that they found her in.
Hopefully everything will be okay. What a bizarre story. Brianna, thanks so much.